Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm studying level 1 hospitality practical cookery.
Hi, I'm Stevie. I'm studying level 1 motor vehicles.
Hi, I'm Claudia. I'm studying level 3 motorsport.
Hello, I'm Jordan. I'm studying level 3 motorsport as well.
So guys, what would you describe good teaching as looking like?
Good teaching, be a friendly atmosphere. They've got to be well planned out, positive attitude towards the students, have an idea of what they're actually doing, and everybody needs to have good accounts of what's going on. They need to know what they're doing, have daily tasks planned out so that they can give individual learning.
The layout of the room should be ready when students arrive, so that if, for example, if everyone's going to be working on computers, then the chairs should be already at the computers, instead of having all the class fussing about it and not starting fresh or straight onto the subject.
Yeah, I think the teacher should give you the tools and teach you how to use them, because it doesn't matter the amount of resources that you have, you will not reach anywhere if you don't know how to use it. That's one important bit of teaching.
You need constant feedback to know what you're doing and what you're doing wrong and right. You need to know your strengths and your weaknesses. You need to have mutual respect between both student and lecturer. If you don't get on, then obviously there's something there that needs to be sorted, because it's going to disrupt your learning. Because you're going to be angry that you don't like going, you're going to not participate in our lessons, or his lessons even. Shouldn't be.
Excellent. And did you have one other thing on your list?
There has to be time for one-to-ones with students, which is really important in knowing where the student is getting along, knowing if there are any problems and how to solve them.
What do you think we expect from our teachers?
Well-planned units.
Well-planned units, definitely.
Definitely. To know what that unit is going to entail, what assessments are going to be set, what's expected of you.
In advance.
In advance,
yeah.
Definitely.
Fun.
Yeah. Fun lessons.
Yeah,
enjoyable lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
More inspiring stuff to do in lessons.
I have some really good teachers who are really interesting.
More IT-based lessons.
You could have additional activities for each individual to do and get the people who understand it more to go around to the people who don't and explain it.
Have better communication between the teachers and students to make sure they actually understand what they're supposed to be doing and why they're doing it.
It's a pretty much simple way to put it. It's just coming out of the lesson knowing that you've got something new under your belt. And sometimes you walk out of lessons thinking, we know all that, we've done this last year.
Outstanding teaching is when teachers treat students with the same mutual respect, good disciplinary and classroom management.
Aims and objectives should be explained at the beginning and end of each lesson, and the teacher should know the course inside and out.
And a variety of resources, I think. You
Yeah.
know, mix up what's being used.
Yeah,
like
try new
practical
things
stuff,
as well.
You know, YouTube clips to explain stuff. We
Yeah.
had it today where you used
A
the
lot.
Family Guide.
Yeah.
But it was great and people actually understood it. You know,
Exactly.
something that you can relate to explain what they're trying to
Yeah.
teach. I think
Also
is really
practical
good.
and
Yeah.
also
hands-on.
Yeah.
kind of
Everybody learns
yeah.
differently, don't they? So I think that good variety of teaching is good.
It's important as well.
Reassurance.
I always find something that I always need when I'm doing a certain subject, that I always need assurance that I'm doing the right thing, am I
Yeah.
asking the right questions, at the end of it, am I getting what I need out of.
And I think that comes down to speaking to individuals in the class.
Yeah.
Once everything's been explained, maybe walking around and making sure that everybody understands, because some people say that they do and often don't and fall behind.
Yeah.
And I think that's important in everybody's
Understanding your students'
Yeah.
individual needs, knowing the ones that, not just for the ones that aren't understanding, but also the ones that have a huge understanding and maybe need to be moved on to the next stage,
exactly,
while
yeah.
so just knowing where everybody's at.
Yeah.
And yeah, knowing how the lesson links to the unit criteria.
And getting everyone engaged in what you're doing, and getting them motivated.
Yeah.
Definitely more, enthusiasm from the lecturers helps, I think.
Yeah.
If they look enthusiastic and passionate about what they're teaching you, you tend to engage more yourself and you remember more. It's definitely
teaching at the right level, I think.
Yeah.
Not teaching
not
above or below
what we should be expected
your student
to.
capability is. So it's knowing what your students are.
I think it comes down to individual needs as well, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we're thinking about what makes good learning.
Everyone has to be engaged in the lesson, because if you have some people that are just like messing about, they're going to disrupt other people around them, and then they're not going to be engaged. So if everyone's engaged, then the teacher can have a peaceful lesson, and everyone's learning at the same rate of knots, is it?
Organised chaos. Basically, when you walk into a classroom, you can see everyone everywhere doing different things, but the teacher's already planned it out. What's going on is actually on task and on schedule to how the teacher's promoted that day or the event itself.
It has to be a controlled environment to make sure that everyone is stable in learning and there are no disruptions or mishaps that could occur that could disrupt the learning.
Well, and when you leave the class and you are still thinking about it, that's a very positive sign. Like, for example, me, I couldn't sleep because I was always thinking about the 2CV project, and I think that's a good sign for me because I'm really enjoying the course, and a great feedback for the teachers. Means they're doing something right.
You can set yourself a target in ICT lessons, and if you reach the goal that you've set yourself, to set yourself a new goal for the next lesson, so you achieve more in your lessons that you'll set.
I think it'd be important or more inspiring to learners to see more demonstrations or involvement from the lecturers, maybe to give little demonstrations of what they're doing or their views on what they're teaching you, because as students we look up to the lecturers as they're like gods and they know everything, and that's how you feel as a student. You're trying to get the knowledge from them, so they must know it to start with. So to see them actually do part of the assignment, or to see how they approach a certain subject, I think that's really valuable to us as students. I think it really help in the
like you say, you do everything they tell you.
Exactly.
Is gospel, isn't it? You think?
Yeah.
And yeah, it is.
Be responsible for their own learning.
They need to engage. Like, if you don't want to be there and you don't want to learn it, why are you there? And then it slows the whole class down. So you've got to be. Everyone kind of has to be at the top spot. Otherwise, there's no point in being there, because you're there to progress and get what you want. And if you're not doing that, then there's no point.
Be active as well. The whole group should be active, want to learn, instead of just sitting around.
But show respect for other people, and not talk constantly.
When the teacher sets a target, you should meet it and then maybe expand it for your own good. Set your own target.
I think an outstanding learning, whatever the question was, everyone should be involved and engaged, and they shouldn't be on their phone or on Facebook.
Best learning is to come out of a lesson as a student knowing that you have learned something new.
Okay, moving on to assessment.
I always find feedback is a nice thing to have when you do assessments, because they give you, it just makes it a lot easier to understand what they're trying to get you to aim for.
Yeah, where you can progress at, where you've probably missed the mark slightly and you can improve on it.
Yeah.
I suppose feedback is
Yeah,
vital,
yeah.
isn't it, to know how to progress next time, next assessment, where have I got to like hit the marks and
regular checks on learning during a lesson. Some of my lecturers do great halfway through the lesson. They'll teach a bit and then hand out post-its or get you drawing on the whiteboard, and we'll ask questions so that you're practically applying what you've learned, and it's really, really good because everybody gets involved. You know, everyone's got a post-it, everyone's writing down, everybody's talking. And you know, it's a really good way of the teacher finding out where you're at and if everybody's got it, and it's also really enjoyable for you. You know, you're getting involved and it's practical, so I think that's really, really good.
When assignments are coming back, you can have more feedback, like, so you get a chance to upgrade your work to a distinction if you've only got a pass or a merit.
Assessment is where the teacher is going around to individual students asking questions and querying the task at hand to see if they fully understand what they've been taught, and if they're getting obviously the answers correct, then obviously it's going through to them and it's helping them to be more proactive, knowing that they know what they're learning.
Basically, like if like, because I'm a hospitality student, if chef at the end of the service wants to call a debrief, he basically says like what's good about the service, what's bad about the service, and he pinpoints like people on each section, like, and if he tells like he says, I don't know, like hors d'oeuvres didn't go out on time, then it's their problem and then they need to work on that timekeeping, and he just pinpoints on like certain things that can improve. But yeah.
We think that outstanding assessments is when teachers give us constructive and clear feedback.
And we can use regular tests to pick up on what people need to do and where they are, and then you can identify and sort of like pick out what people are more confident in which areas and people that need sort of like more focus on.
There definitely should be a range of different assessments, and like it should make you challenge yourself instead of just sticking to your comfort zones.
And it should be going on throughout the lesson as well.
Yeah, so give you a learning outcome in the beginning and then bring you all together at the end, but just see how you're doing throughout the lesson as well.
Yeah, because if you go through the whole lesson thinking that you know how to do it, and then at the end, that's the only time that they tell you, like, no, you're actually doing it wrong. If at least through the lesson, you can know how to improve.
Like constructive.
Yeah, giving constructive criticism throughout the lesson. It's quite helpful.
It's good when when teachers go around and assess everyone, just a few times, just to make sure that you're on the right tracks and you're going where you need to go.
Yeah.
As they're like gods and they know everything, and that's how you feel as a student. You're trying to get the knowledge from them.
Because I was always thinking about the 2CV project, and I think that's a good sign for me because I'm really enjoying the course, and a great feedback for the teachers. Means they're doing something right.